Jack Meredith, do you believe that Napoleon should be charged with crimes against humanity?
No, I do not think he should. He has helped the society, and from my personal encounters with being a leader, he has shown what is right.
What do you mean when you say he has shown what is right?
I believe that a leader should be feared more than he should be loved, because people will listen to a leader who is threatening, but also stopping from the comparison and competition of men. He was feared through his waging of war and protecting the mother country.
As a leader yourself, what was your main priority while you were stuck on the island?
My priority was to hunt for food and provide for the boys. And if we just built a fire and didn't eat, we would be dead before we were rescued.
Relating back to Napoleon, do you think trying to set up a sufficient government was to benefit the country or gain power?
Both. Because he wants to have power but he is helping the people by setting up schools, dismissing corrupt officials, and creating a bank system along with the tax collection. He should have the power if he is trying to help the people in the community, and that was what he was doing.
If you were in his shoes, what would have been your main focus for you as a leader?
My main focus would have been to fulfill the people's requests, while still establishing that I am the only leader. Creating the civil code was one of the biggest achievements he had as leader, and that showed some form of government.
Is the civil code similar to your form of government when you were on the island?
Yes, because the code enforces liberalism and conservatism of liberty and equality. Even though the people didn't want liberty, they wanted to fight for equality.
Because of the civil code was enforced, what else did Napoleon create?
Napoleon created the commercial code, the criminal code, the code of criminal procedure, the penal code, and a rural code, and then finally the Napoleonic code. These codes all helped shape the government over the period of time.
What would you say most people fear? Would you say most people fear Napoleon, and if so, is that a good thing?
Yes, most people do fear him, but even though they fear him, this is helping his people in ways that I've stated before with the schools and the government. It is a good thing to be feared than be punished, because no one will rebel against Napoleon as long as he is in power.
Did fear help you in your personal experience with Ralph?
Yes, as a leader I was feared, but at first no one came to my side, but later on I had the whole tribe trying to survive while Ralph wanted to get off the island, but failed to build shelters or keep working.
Do you agree with all of Napoleon's actions?
I do agree with his actions. He did what his people wanted him to do. He created the national banking system, the Concordat with the Pope, and the plebiscite.
What was one of the main things that related you to Napoleon?
Napoleon had the plebiscite. He allowed for the people to have a say or vote, and I didn't force anyone to follow me. The boys on the island followed me because they were looking for a leader, someone to take over and promise them food or shelter, not just to be rescued.
You elected yourself as leader, correct?
No, not necessarily. I left the group with dignity in what I thought I believed in, and the boys of the group joined me. It was their desire to follow me, and so essentially they elected me, as was Napoleon.
Did Napoleon elect himself as a leader?
No, he was elected by the people as first consul by the people. He gave them the opportunity to choose who leads them with a plebiscite.
Why do you think that Napoleon is innocent?
Napoleon Bonaparte is innocent because his main focus as a leader of France was to please the people. Everything that he did was for his own citizens. When he invaded other countries, he was trying to make his country as powerful as possible, because that is what the people had wanted.
No more further questions.